Bushcraft family, back again with another video. This one is one I have talked about in the past, and I predicted in midsummer we would run into said issues, labor talks on the West Coast, and this being the port workers, longshoremen, whatever you want to call them. The LA ports, Long Island ports, or Long Beach, it's coming to a head. It's about ready to blow off there. Right now, $5.2 billion in cargo is stuck off West Coast ports in trucks and containers. It's majorly bottlenecked. Slow and go. West Coast port workforce conditions stemming from difficult talks, labor talks, that is, labor contract talks, have created massive bottleneck conditions in U.S. supply chain. Warned everybody. Yep, it's about to happen. Truck times in and out of the ports are week, 2 weeks out per truck. Some people have been sitting there for days in this line on this bottleneck. The number of containers waiting off the ports limits what we bring in and out of the ports also. So it has also doubled and tripled in some areas. Threats of more ocean trade being diverted to the East Coast. More going to the East Coast. That means that already long waits at the Panama Canal will halter pretty much. And right now, Panama Canal is experiencing a drought, which limits what can and cannot go through the canal. So there are, right now in the Panama Canal, there is a 12 to 18 day, just to get through there, 12 to 18 days. So we're pushing everything over to the East Coast once again. The labor talks have been going on for more than a year. Like I said, it's not looking good, and we're already stretched on a lot of stuff that people are in need of that we get from other countries, and unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. We don't grow enough stuff here. Come on, cat. Why are you always doing this? Sit down. We don't grow enough food here and produce enough food to feed our people that are in the United States. And that's unfortunate that is where we've been for quite a long time. It's not to say we couldn't grow our own food here. The majority of our food that we do grow ends up in other countries. I've already talked about how China has been stockpiling grains and, corn and all this stuff that comes from our farms. 69% of all of the world, the whole globe, the big earth that we live on, 69% of it is stockpiled in China. That's just corn. Rice is somewhere in the 62%. Let that sink in a little bit. Why are they stockpiling all this stuff? And I've said this many, many times. Not too many people really grasp that. Why they would be stockpiling all this. It's just not that. But back to the talks at the West Coast ports again. Now you remember when we used to show pictures of all these boats and stuff in the ports off of LA and whatnot, and how many days or weeks or months it took to unload one ship that was sitting out there. Guess what, guys? We are headed back that way. Instead of them taking pictures of this, they're sending it down through the Panama Canal, which, again, like I said, takes 12 to 18 days at this point. Once they start sending another 80% is what they're talking about. They're wanting to send the 80% of what is coming on the West Coast. They're wanting to send it to the East Coast. Now, that could be good for the people on the East Coast, other than the wait time and everything. But I mean, that's a major reason why we have ports on both sides. So it's cheaper to send it through the Panama Canal to go to the East Coast and supply the east side than it would be from the West Coast. But when you overload one side and neglect the other side, you have supply chain issues. And that is what we are going to be looking at. So get ready. Get ready for the shortages again. Until next time, God bless.